A dominating performance here in Dover today by Ryan Newman, who is well in command of the NBNA.com. 233 laps to go. Newman has led 132 circuits so far in search of his second Busch Series win. This was the first one back in Michigan in mid-August. Newman running to the checkered flag there, touching off a pretty fun victory celebration.
Oh yeah, crew celebrating. Ryan Newman celebrates. He does a tremendous burnout on the start-finish line of Michigan Speedway, and then he gets lost. I hope if he wins today, I hope he has better luck at trying to find victory lane. He finally did find it. There he is. You know, did Marty Snyder say that he could go the rest of the... Marty, how many laps are we talking about him running on one tank of fuel?
That would be 105, Benny, and their max fuel window coming into the race was 105. I asked Matt Borland again. I've asked him twice now. I asked him again. I said, so if this goes green, for sure, you are not going to stop again. He said, I am definitely not stopping. They would have to go 105 laps. Plus, they've had some laps of caution in there to help them out a little bit so they can go all the way on fuel. Now, I asked Matt McSwain, the chief mechanic for the car, I said, what kind of burnout does he have planned if he does win the race? This is the same car that won at Michigan, so I asked him, what kind of burnout do you have planned? He said, all he would say was that it was going to be big, so watch for that. And he does not know where victory lane is. They're pretty sure. He has no idea where it is here at Dover either.
Newman coming up on the back of the 13th place car. And look at this. Drivers who've got their first...
Still there, still there, still there.
First Busch Series win at Dover in their first try here. 8 times it's happened. That's pretty remarkable.
That is remarkable. Ryan Newman could certainly make that number 9.
It's been a good track for drivers getting their first Busch Series win, period. 26 drivers have won races here at Dover over the years. 12 of those 26, nearly half, have been their first ever Busch Series victory. Let's go to Matt Yoakum.
And Alan, Jamie McMurray was looking for his first career top 5 3 times this year. He's been 10th. He climbed up to 8th, reporting his car was a little bit tight in the center, but then about 10 laps ago, he reported into his crew chief, Jay Guy, the car is now very loose off the corner. He's concerned maybe a tire is going down. The spotter is watching his car closely. They've told Jay to try a much higher line for a few laps to see if he can feel out the race car, and then he'll report back in.
Meantime, the leader has put Elton Sawyer a lap down, Jay Saunders a lap down, David Green has gone a lap down. Now McMurray, and he's about to put Randy LaJoie in the 7, a lap down. Trouble back straightaway. Car in the wall. Curtis Davis. And a much needed caution flag is waving over this race. Hated for Curtis.
What do you do now? What do you do now, O2 BP?
Well, I think they're going to stop and get some tires.
Yeah.
Because right now they only have about 13 cars in the lead lap.
This young man has been here at Dover for about, what, a decade?
At least, longer than that.
In that same spot, he waves the flags on every car in qualifying, every lap of the race. The only difference is he's about 2 feet taller than he used to be 10 years ago.
But now the car has stalled at the entrance to turn 3 at the end.
Got his Steve Park t-shirt on.
I used to pay attention to him more than the guy up in the tower.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And why was that?
I could see him better.
Let's see if we can see what happened to Curtis Davis as he came off turn 2. Looks like he's on the bottom of the racetrack. Just
looks like maybe he pinched the car down and got it loose.
That's right.
Tried to cut under Randy Tolsma.
And into the wall he goes. And you talk about a bloody nose now. That is the premier bloody nose.
Now we got a snowplow for the Loudon race now on November 23rd.
Where?
Harvick saw, we heard him clip, just burp the throttle a little bit as he saw the Curtis Davis car spin. Decided that all was well. He would carry on. Okay, we're going to pit now this time. Ryan Newman, he can make it on fuel. Is he going to stop and get tires?
Yeah, I'm coming. I'm coming for tires.
Is the pit road open this time?
Pit road is open.
Pit road is open.
24 laps to go. Leader's on the apron. He's coming in.
All right, who's going to stay out?
Wow.
I wouldn't think anybody.
3,000. 3,000.
Watch, it's very difficult not to get caught speeding here because the speed limit is 35 miles per hour. Dave Burns are coming to you.
And Matt Kenseth, the second place car, has called in for a turn out of the left rear as far as wedge goes to adjust that chassis. He's just a little bit tight in the center of the corner. They're also going to change 4 tires, but they said 1 can of gas only. We don't want to get caught waiting for that. Marty.
Ryan Newman is in. He is a little bit tight, Dave. They will put no fuel in for Ryan Newman. It will be a 4-tire stop. They make an air pressure adjustment and a wedge adjustment to try and loosen him up just a little bit, but they're very happy with the car. He describes it as very comfortable, and they will not win the race off pit road. A little bit longer stop than they wanted.
Trouble on that left side, and Marty, looks like he's been lied to again because they put some fuel in that car. You know, I love it when these guys just lie. Don't you just lie right through the teeth?
No reason not to make sure.
Well, that's true. I mean, again, that was the smart thing to do, just to make sure you're going to make it the rest of the way. Matt, what you got for us?
Well, Benny, I'll tell you what, a change in strategy for Kevin LePage. Before the car hit pit road, they were only going to take on 2 tires. At the last minute, they decided on 4. He entered pit road 9th. No changes on the 71 car. He says his car was just slightly tight in the center of the corner.
Looks like Mike McLaughlin is going to be the first one off pit road. We'll check the restart order when we come back to Dover. Less than a lap from the restart here in Dover, and things have gotten shaken up. Ryan Newman, who's led 141 of the 178 laps, is back. Mike McLaughlin's the leader. Jeff Green second. Greg Biffle third. There is Newman fourth. Then Matt Kenseth, Kenny Wallace, Jimmy Spencer, Kevin LePage, Chad Little, and Tony Raines.
All right. His car has been so fast on the long runs. How good is it going to be for 21 laps? As all the spotters there, ready to tell their drivers when the green flag comes out and everything else they need to know.
Let's mention that McLaughlin took only 2 tires on his pit stop. That's how he got out in the lead.
Ready, and green flag, green flag. Clear all around.
And we see the 10 car, Jeff Green, going for the lead on turn 2. Greg Biffle, the 60 car, is going to try to follow.
Here comes Elton Sawyer. 98 car, 3 deep. Elton is the first car 1 lap down.
And here comes the 0-2 car, Ryan Newman. He's got a car on the inside. Kenseth is there. Newman cannot get to the bottom.
Remember that one. 20 to go.
And here comes Spencer. He's going to go on the inside of Newman.
Newman's got to be patient here.
Yeah, he really does. For the meantime, the 10 car is checking out. He's got clean.
Oh, together.
Contact.
Is Newman going to save it? Yes, he saved it, but he loses more positions.
Okay, he can't be patient anymore.
Yeah.
18 to go. He's back to 7th.
Well, now he's a little bit mad. So all that patience just went out the window.
Meanwhile, here's the 17 car of Matt Kenseth on the inside of 18 for 4th.
Oh, did you see that?
I told you he was mad. He cut right down across Jimmy's nose.
Here he comes to the inside of Kenny Wallace for 5th.
Takes that spot away. Newman still on the inside of the 18 car. They're side by side. Which one does Newman go with? He picked the 18 the last time. That didn't work. Oh, he might go on the inside of both of them.
He has got such a fast race car. But in the meantime, look at that 10 car going away.
Jeff Green out in front, 2.5 seconds on the 2nd place car of Greg Biffle.
Watch this. Watch this. 3 wide. Oh, he just body slams. And the 18 car and 17 both in the wall hard.
Field stacking up, but everybody gets it under control. Caution's out.
Well, tough break for Jeff Green. But how much damage did the 02 car get in this?
Well, more than likely, he's got probably the right side fender is probably very close to the right front tire.
Okay, 10-4.
Tough luck for Mike McLaughlin.
I guess he said to his spotter he's okay.
Now, if we look at the right front, though, he's got a lot of damage.
A lot of damage to that car.
Oh, Jeff Green's loving this. Jeff Green is loving this.
But he can't pit, can he? Can Ryan Newman? He can't afford to pit if he has any aspirations of winning.
I don't think if the tire's rubbing, I wouldn't pit. But it depends on if he knocked a toe out or he damaged the suspension on that hit with the right front.
Matt Kenseth has driven his car to the garage with McLaughlin out as well. That's going to leave just 10 cars on the lead lap. Would you pit? Just 10 on the lead lap?
If I was
Newman?
I wouldn't if I didn't feel
anything.
If I didn't feel anything wrong with the steering, I would stay out.
I know you just said that, but with knowing there are just 10 cars on the lead lap, would you pit? Was the question. Well, you know what? You're wrong. Here he comes on the pit road.
You pull that fender off that right front.
He must. Well, he obviously feels something wrong.
Don't lose the lap. Just get the window down. Let's get out of here.
Go ahead, Dave.
Radio chatter going on, continuing. And they're going to try not to lose a lap. Boy, they didn't get to do anything on that car. We'll see if they're going to now take it around to the garage. But they wanted to come in for a quick check to see if they could work on it and fix it and not lose a lap, which they did. They beat the pace car out. Let's go to Marty.
Well, the debate that we were having is the same debate they were having on the radio of Ryan Newman's team, whether or not to come down pit road, whether or not the damage was bad enough to make a pit stop. They decided to do it. Rusty Wallace, the Winston Cup mentor for Ryan Newman, said don't do it. Matt Borland, the crew chief, said come down pit road, and they pull away the right front fender. That's where they thought the most damage was, and they have obviously now lost their shot to win the race.
See, I would have went with Rusty on that one. Unless Ryan felt something rubbing in the steering wheel, then you've got to come in.
All right, let's go back and take a look at what happened that put us under caution. Newman trying to roll up through the field.
Watch this body slam. The 02 car, watch this. Just kind of slams the 17 out of the way. He goes up and slams the 18. 18 and 17 both crash. Newman continues on.
Boy, there was a lane there. There was a lane on the bottom, but yeah, getting three of them in there is pretty tough.
Nice job, Kevin LePage. Yellow hooded car there, slowing down to miss Kenseth.
And all this is going on. Ooh, and the 18 car of McLaughlin, hard in that outside retaining wall.
Those guys definitely got the short end on that one and didn't even know it was coming.
Watch Newman's car pick up off the bottom when he tries to drive it right in there. See it start to slide right? Well, from that angle, it didn't look like it. It did from the one overhead.
And Spencer,
you would have put it down there, wouldn't you?
Well, again,
18 laps to go.
18 laps to go. 18 laps to go with the best race car there. You got to try. You got to do it. Listen to this. Bobby Hamilton sees all this.
Bobby down, Bobby down, Bobby down, Bobby down, Bobby down. Go, Bobby, go. That thing back in some kind of gear. Go.
And Bobby did not listen to a spotter, and it's a good thing. He kept that thing straight.
Oh, that hurts.
Just stay up on, stay up on. The OT just wrecked a whole bunch of us.
That's Curtis Markham.
Curtis Markham, the spotter for Mike McLaughlin.
Expressing his displeasure. Is that John Erickson there from
John
Penske
Erickson.
Racing? Gentleman in the tan-colored shirt.
Matt Kenseth is saying to Matt Borland and the crew, hey, man.
What was that all about?
Yeah.
But there again, I think that Kenseth or any of these guys
They would have done the same
trying
thing.
to win would have done the same thing.
Yeah.
We've had some wildness in these Busch Series races of late. We've had it again late in the going at Dover today.